All right. All right. Welcome to Tommy Knows Best Sports Podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about the Bruins, the Celtics, and the Red Sox. We're going to start out with the Bruins. The Bruins, hey, they broke the record last night in Philly against the Flyers. And what a good game it was for the Boston Bruins. And what a good game they played last night. And the team was playing really good with Jeremy Swayman in net. And I loved how they played. I loved it. I loved how they played on all sides. Pasternak scored his 60th goal, got a hat trick, and he has 300 points now, scoring his 60th goal and a hat trick. What a good game it was. What a good weekend for the Bruins. And how about the Saturday night game against the Devils when they beat them 2-1? And Pavlo Zacha scored the first two goals to start out the game. And hey, this Bruins team is breaking all records, tying things. They tied the record on Saturday and they broke it yesterday. And I want to see this team to continue history. The big thing is the cup. That's the main job to get that next. That to get the job done is get the cup. That's their main focus. And I like how they're arresting certain guys too and still breaking records. Right? They're playing really good all season with Jim Montgomery. Yes, they made a couple changes. Certain people came back. Certain people are going to probably retire, but they came back, and I like that. How Bergeron came back and Krejci came back, and all these young players weren't a big fan of Cassidy, so they had to make a change, and they did the right thing. They brought in a coach, Jim Montgomery. Look at what he's been doing with this team his first year here. Everyone at the beginning of the year maybe thought this team wasn't going to be so good because of injuries. And look at breaking records, tying the most, like breaking records, 63 wins, Pasternak scoring his 60th goal, hat tricks. This team is doing all things that they're supposed to be doing. And they're going to continue this in the playoffs when it starts next week. The big thing is get the job done. The cup. That's the big job right there to get the Lord Stanley Cup. And I want to see this team get the Stanley Cup. The playoffs are coming, and there's no excuses. This team is talented and deeper, and I like how they had Taylor Hall, how he came back, and it was like sick he came back. And like he never left off, and now maybe Nick Foligno's coming back, and Charlie McAvoy also played, and that was good that he played. And I love that, how he played on Saturday and dodging a huge bullet, dodged a huge one. And that was scary when he got hit in the boards. That was scary colliding. That was scary on Thursday. We thought he was done. I was nervous about that one right there, but whoa, he dodged a huge bullet and he played Saturday and he did a good job. And that team did a good job. There's nothing to complain about with this Bruins team. They're breaking records. They're tying points like they did on Saturday. Then they broke the record yesterday. There's nothing to complain about. This team is doing really good. History is being made by this Bruins team. And no one wasn't expecting history being made, like I said, by this team with some injuries at the beginning of the year. Marchand with the hip surgery. McAvoy. But hey, they got them back as soon as possible, and they came back ahead of schedule, kinda. Ahead of schedule. They came back early at ahead of schedule, and that's good. And look what they're doing. Even though Marchand has been not playing too well, he hasn't scored in a while, but he had some chances this past week, and he had some awesome chances to score. And that's what this team needs to keep doing in the playoffs. Keep playing how they're doing and keep playing their hockey. There's no need to quit, and there's no need to hit the panic attack. This team is unbelievable. breaking records. Best team in the league, the Boston Bruins. You guys should be all happy what this team is doing, what their accomplishment, what they're getting their job done. Like, unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. I just love this Boston Bruins team. This team right here has veteran players. And all these veteran players have been to a couple of Stanley Cups. Even McAvoy has been to the 2019 Stanley Cup. Pasternak. Half of that roster went there in 2019. Half of that roster was in the 2013 Stanley Cup and 2011. Bergeron and Marchand, Krejci. Those guys were in the Stanley Cup in 2013 when they lost against the Chicago Blackhawks in Game 6 when they blew the lead. And that's basically it. This team right here shouldn't be like any of those teams. This team should be almost like the 2011 team, where they had a couple good goaltenders, Tim Thomas and Tkbsp. And wow, unbelievable. This team is playing so good and everything, all around every single cylinder. And yeah, that's basically it. Now I'm going to jump into my next topic. And my next topic is about the Celtics. And how about them? Yesterday, winning against the Atlanta Hawks 120-114. And now they're starting the playoffs on Saturday, Game 1 at 3:30. And there's nothing to worry about with this team neither, really. As they get their players, all their starters, Rob Williams, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Marcus Smart. This team should be playing at their ceiling, a championship team. And they were in the championship finals last year, and they played really good. And even though they lost, they played all right in some of the games, and their first round opponent could be the Miami Heat or the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow. And this team is just got to continue what they're doing. Whoever gets in their way, they got to keep it going. The Celtics got to keep playing the way they are. No turning the ball over. Get Derek White and Brogdon in there early, because those two have been doing really good this year. And I like how this Celtics team is doing good. Unbelievable. So they're playing good too, just like the Bruins. Both teams shouldn't lose. Both of them are doing really good, breaking records, doing this and doing that. History is being made by both teams, and I love how they're both playing. They just got to continue this in the playoffs and play really good. And don't let the gas pedal off the foot, if you guys know what I'm saying with that one. Don't let the gas pedal off the foot. The Celtics just got to beat whoever they beat, and don't play down to your competition. Play up. You guys they have all the talent. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Rob Williams, Al Horford. And the bench could be starters in any other team too. Like I've been saying that. Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White. Yeah. But now I'm going to jump in my last topic, and it's about the Red Sox. And how about them? They're 500, and they're 5-4 for the season. And I want to know how you guys have been thinking about that team right now. And they have a tough one coming up. They get the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. And they ain't no Tampa Bay. They ain't no New York. And they ain't no Toronto. But their hitting's all right, but their pitching sucks. The Red Sox pitching this sucks. There's nothing to be excited about the pitching. They haven't even played any good teams. And this is the time now tonight. They are going to play some good teams. And they're playing Tampa Bay, a team in their division, a team that they struggle against. And we'll see what happens with this Red Sox team in this series. 5-4, 500 right now. We'll see what happens with this team. I'm going to end this podcast. You guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys with another one this week. And I'll be getting you guys ready for the playoffs for the Bruins and Celtics this week. You guys have a wonderful day. See yous. What?